Hi, I'm Bethany Wallace, Content Manager for College Recruiter. At College Recruiter, we believe that every student and recent graduate deserves a great career. We create a quality candidate and recruiter experience. Our interactive media solutions connect students and grads to great careers. Today's Tuesday tip is about nonverbal interview tips, and I'm going to provide you with 6 of those, or offer 6 areas that you really need to focus on when you're preparing for interviews. So the first is you need to think about what you're going to wear. This really actually is something that falls into the realm of nonverbal communication, because it's not something that you're saying, but it really does speak very loudly. And remember, you only have 7 seconds to create a first impression, according to Forbes. And that's a pretty accurate statistic. If you think about it, when you meet someone, even like when you're watching this video, you probably had an instant first impression of me. Whether I like it or not, I really have no control over that, except I can control what I'm saying, how I say it, how my mannerisms, and also what I'm wearing, how I fix my hair, what jewelry I wear, if I have makeup on or not, if I have anything in my teeth, so things like that. So when you're preparing for your interview, make sure that you really think strategically about what you're going to wear. Make sure that you try to look somewhat pulled together, that your outfit is interview appropriate, and if you aren't sure how to dress appropriately for your interview, make sure that you read articles on our blog at collegerecruiter.com and watch the Tuesday tip about dressing inappropriately, which is coming up very soon. The second thing that you need to pay attention to is your facial expression. And when you're in an interview, of course, just like when you're meeting people and networking, you need to have a smile on your face, not pasted on your face like you're in a beauty pageant, but pretty regularly you need to smile. You need to look positive. You need to have some energy happening. Definitely don't do an Eeyore face. You need to also make sure that you try to respond and not react in terms of your facial expressions. Now, I don't mean like you need to have like a Botox forehead so that you have like no reactions going on and you look like you have a plastic face, but you do need to have a tendency when someone asks you a question in an interview and it triggers an emotional reaction, like, tell me about the worst boss you've ever had, that you don't go, make sure that you can kind of rein those emotional reactions in so that your response would be something more like, okay, I can tell you about the worst boss I've ever had. The worst boss I've ever had was pretty difficult to work for, actually, but I managed to work for her by doing this, this, and that. So you can see how my facial reaction or facial response was different because I chose to take some time and pull my emotions in. Another thing you need to watch for is your posture. You don't want to be slumped over. You don't want to be leaned over the side of the chair if it has arms, or just holding your body in any awkward position. If you have a disability and you can't control your posture, then that's a totally different story. The third thing that you need to be aware of is your handshake. You want to have a firm handshake, but you don't want to rattle the bones in the person whose hand you're shaking. So I think that's enough about that. The fifth thing that you want to be mindful of are your mannerisms. So it's okay to make hand movements occasionally, but you don't want to constantly be bobbing your head like you're, a little plastic doll sitting on someone's desk or dashboard. And you also don't want to be constantly making like crazy hand movements like you're not at the club or on Saturday Night Live or something, although I would love to be on Saturday Night Live, so here's my plug. Then the last thing is eye contact. You definitely want to be making eye contact with people who are interviewing you. At the same time, you don't want to stare them down. This is not like a contest, with the person who's interviewing you. You don't want to creep them out or stalk them or make them, feel like they're being stalked. So bottom line with body language is that balance is key. Kind of do the Zen Buddhism thing. And remember that moderation is important with body language and with nonverbal skills. Body language, nonverbal skills, all those things that falls into that soft skill realm. And interviewers, employers nowadays are definitely, as always, but definitely more now, are looking for someone who does not just have technical hard skill set, but has that soft skill set. So I hope these tips have helped you. Read the article that accompanies this this video, and make sure to follow us on our blog and on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips like this.